Shadows swooped over Basch. A shrieking roar sent a shudder through his heart and shook the dew from the trees around him. Dragons, Basch realized, looking up at the sky. His throat tightened. He dropped the basket of fish he'd caught, and it landed with a wet squelch. His body froze, a mixture of fear and awe gripping him. Basch shook his head and heaved his basket back up. He couldn't linger in the forest if there were dragons about. Every few years, some brave but foolish boy from Moose Hill rushed into the woods looking for dragons, and every few years, the small town became smaller still. Not Basch. With a firm nod, he decided he wouldn't join those boys. He wouldn't linger here and wait for a dragon to come swooping down and snap him up. The legends, or, well, the idle chatter in Moose Hill's lone tavern, said that dragons were colossal beasts, the elements rendered into flesh. The trees around him trembled as another roar ripped out above. Closer this time. He dug his heels in and strode in the direction of home. His heart pounded with each step. 1 foot in front of the other, Basch, he told himself. 1 foot. Trees shattered, loud enough to make Basch's ears ring. A heavy thud rumbled through the forest. Bits of dirt and shards of wood were spat into the air. Basch nearly lost his footing, his basket of fish almost throwing him off balance. Something had hit the ground. Something big. And it was close. Basch pursed his lips. He knew he should just keep walking, just return to Moose Hill and regale the other apprentices with the tale over a round of Maggie the tavern keep's stiff, bitter moose-horn ale. But then he felt it. It wasn't a voice, not quite. It was more primal, more urgent. A cry that echoed all around Basch, all through him, as though it had come from within his soul. It was a call for help. And 1 foot in front of the other, Basch found himself edging forward, following the beckoning call. He waded through the forest, stepping over roots and around trees, his eyes fixed ahead. Damp mulch crunched beneath his boots. Smoke drifted toward him. As he got closer to the site of the crash, snarls grew louder and louder. As he came into the clearing, they became a roar.